Hello, Year 7. This is the first lesson in a series of 4 lessons about Sikhism. So you've already done a little bit of work on world religions in general, and now we're going to look specifically at the religion of Sikhism. Okay, so before you start, you're going to do a bit of recall and you're going to act on prior knowledge. So you've studied sort of the 6 main religions in the previous lessons we've done. So all you're going to do on this slide is fill in what the 6 world religions are, who founded them, and there may be some religions that weren't founded by anybody, and that's okay. So you may not be filling in every single line of this. Perhaps go back to the work you've done on the 6 religions. If you can't remember off the top of your head what they are, you can go back and use your previous work to help you fill this in. And then you're also going to write down where each of those 6 religions began. So what you'll be able to do is download the PowerPoint, save it in your documents, and then you can write straight onto it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a bit of inference. What do you think this is? What do you think is going on? The first thing you're going to write, and you'll be able to write in here, in this box, and add to, so just start typing in the box. Once you've downloaded it, you'll be able to write your answer onto the slide. Okay, so what can you physically see in that picture is the first question, and that's what you're going to answer there. And then what can you infer? So as we've done before, inference is basically reading between the lines, picking up on the visual clues. What do you think is going on here? What is it? So it's you making a sort of educated guess, if you like, using the visual clues to attempt to answer or say what's going on in the picture. And then last of all, any questions you'd like to ask would go in this box. Okay, so an introduction to Sikhism. It gives you some information here. So Sikhism is the youngest of the main world religions. It started in the Punjabi region of India, and you can see a picture of that there. Okay, originally home to Hindus, and then Muslims later settled there. So there were lots of conflicts going on between Hindus and Muslims, but then you had this new religion of Sikhism starting. Right, okay. So use this link. So click on this link, and you'll click on that in your PowerPoint. Obviously, you won't be able to click on it in this video explanation. You'll have to go back to the PowerPoint and click on the link within the PowerPoint. And that's going to give you a video clip which introduces you to Sikhism. If I were you, what I would do is make some notes as you're watching it, perhaps pause it, write some things down, because that's going to come in very useful for some questions later on in the lesson. Okay, so once you've watched your introduction to Sikhism clip and you've written some notes, move on. Okay, so these are the 2 symbols of Sikhism. The Khanda, which you will see on flags outside a Sikh Gurdwara, which is the place of worship for Sikhs, which we're going to come on to in later lessons. There's a Gurdwara in Llansamlet in Swansea, so if you've ever driven past it, it's quite near to where Tesco's is in Llansamlet, you would have seen the flag flying outside. It's usually orange, although it's on a yellow background here. And then this is the other symbol of Sikhism called Ik Onkar, and it's used to symbolize the Sikh belief that God is one. Okay, so here now are a series of questions that you are going to research. So you're going to try and research to find the answers to these questions. So what are the 3 key beliefs in Sikhism? What is a guru? Where did Sikhism originate? Which country has the highest number of Sikhs and what percentage of the country's population? So whatever the country is that has the highest number of Sikhs, what percentage of the country's population do they make up? How many gurus does Sikhism have? Which country has the second highest number of Sikhs? What is the langar? What is it used for? How many Sikhs are there in the world? What are the names of the two main symbols of Sikhism? And just explain the meaning of one of them. Where does Sikhism rank in the big six religions? So in terms of followers, where is it in the ranking? Does it have the highest number of followers? Does it have the lowest number of followers? Or is it somewhere in between? And then finally, what does the word Punjab mean? So in order to find those answers out, I've given you here, so if you're playing this as a PowerPoint presentation, you'll be able to click directly on the links. If you're not playing it as a PowerPoint presentation and you've just got the sort of list of slides down the left hand side, then you'll have to highlight and copy and paste into a sort of link and put the link into a new internet page, and then you'll be able to open it. But if you use this slide as a presentation and run it as a presentation, if you click on these, it'll take you directly to the site. So there's a couple of sites here which hopefully you'll be able to find the answers to those questions. Once you've found those answers, again, you've got the slide or the PowerPoint downloaded, so you should be able to write directly onto this. If you don't want to do that and you want to write the answers into your book or onto a piece of paper or onto a Word document, that is fine, do that. It's whatever you are happiest or is easiest for you to do. But you can write on the slide if you download the slide to show. So what are the three key beliefs of Sikhism? You're going to write the answer in there. What is a guru? Where did Sikhism originate? What does the word Punjab mean? So you're going to write your answers in those boxes. And then the same with all the other questions. You're going to write the answers underneath in these boxes. And those are the last two questions. And hopefully you've got enough room in there to write your complete answer. So it's going to be a full answer you're going to write. Okay, so 5 most important things Sikhs do to please God. So these are some of the beliefs of Sikhism. So keep God in their heart and mind, be honest and hardworking, treat everyone equally, share wealth with others, and serve and help others. So you're going to answer the question, do you think this is a good list for someone to live their life by? So do you think this is a good sort of set of rules to follow if you're going to live a good life? Okay, and then what do you think is the most important on the list? So which one of those 5 do you think would be the most important one to follow? And again, you're going to explain why you think that. So if you think it's treat everyone equally, why would that be the best one on the list? And you explain why. Okay, and again, you either write it into this box or you can write it on a Word document, in your book, or on paper. Right, so finally, to end the lesson, you're going to go back to, or let's go back to this picture we had at the beginning, our inference grid at the beginning. So go back to your questions, so go back and have a look what questions you asked, and now see if you can answer them. Okay, if you can't, it may be again a question of perhaps going back to those research links and having a look in there. But by now you should be able to answer some of your questions. Okay, good luck to your 7, and off you go and complete your lesson.